It was good, you too. Back at it. Like a bad habit. And today we are finishing off where we left off. Let me make sure. Alright, we're good. The death of Nice Guys Online. Let's go back in. Let's go back in.
Nobody's trying to hear that.
Oh, I'd be nice to you, therefore I deserve physical and emotional affection.
This is literally like peak like salesman activities, bro. You're operating like a door-to-door salesman, genuinely. You're talking to them, you know, asking them what their favorite song is, you know, being fake nice just so you can, you know, get something more. And everybody can see through that, bro. You can see through that when dudes do it to you. So you don't think women can see through that when you do it to them? Like, come on, bro. Come on.
Exactly. Like, bro, as I said in the other video, just be genuine. Be upfront. Be direct, be clear, concise. Stop being around the bush. Stop trying to put on this mask, because people can already tell. So it's like you're trying to put on a front so that they can't tell your true intentions. But because you're putting on a front and they can tell, they can see your true intentions. So just be straight up to begin with. Oh man, and low key, I say that to myself as well, because I used to be this way. I did. And I'm trying to understand, like, where did it even come from? You know, like, where does this develop? Like, I don't know. That's a video for another day.
You're incredibly insecure and feel unlovable. You
Fix
need
that
to work
shit.
on
Fix
yourself
it.
first and
Facts.
not seek that validation in a romantic partner. And number two, be nice just to be nice, not because you expect anything in return.
I would like to think that the more you are nice to people in general in this world, the more good things will come to you as a whole. Just be nice for the sake of being nice. Okay, they don't have to like you, love you. They don't have to, you know, sleep. They don't have to do any of that stuff with you. If they want to, cool. If they don't want to, also cool. What you should do is just maintain your character. Nice guys always finish last. I was emotionally immature and didn't realize it until it was too late. Clap it up, bro. Clap it up. Bro had the realization. As I keep saying, dude, if people do not like you, just keep it pushing. Who cares? Improve yourself, of course. But if it was their fault, why would you change yourself for their better? You're being kind, you're being nice, and they don't like you. Do you think that you're the person who's in the wrong, or do you think that they're the person who has flawed logic? Them. So why would you change yourself? It doesn't even work like that. Nice guys actually don't even finish last.
2015 analysis of 12,775 individuals found that kind, helpful men were more likely to attract girlfriends.
Exactly.
This study probably surprises some of the weird dating gurus on here who say you have to be a bad person to attract a girlfriend, but it wouldn't surprise any of the scientists in my field. Study after study after study finds that women are attracted to generous, pleasant men.
Breaking fucking news, man. If people like people who are good people. Wow. Like, in order to think that people have genuine relationships that are...
Who would have fucking thought? And this is what I was saying in the last video. There's a difference between being nice and being kind. But I think what happens is you have your typical nice guy goes into the situation and he gets hurt, and so he just goes, you know, in the exact opposite direction, and that would be, oh, I'm gonna start treating women like this, calling them that, you know, and oh, do to other women what she did to me. And it's like you go from one side all the way to the other side, but you're missing the sweet spot. And you know, in life, one thing about me, I might not be right about a lot of shit, but when it comes to this life shit, bro, a nigga don't miss. In life, it is all about balance, yin and yang. Let that sink in. Let's get back to the video though. But first, let me make sure my you know what I'm saying, my shit right. You see? Never mind. That was my fault though. Damn. But you see how I'm changing the scenes? Like, let's go back to the video. Let's go back.
Deep, you know, long in marriages and all that stuff. How is that relationship even gonna last? Imagine you start, you know, talking to this girl, right? You're being nice to her. She's like, oh, I don't really like you. And then you're like, oh yeah? I'll be a bad boy then. You start calling her goddamn slurs or some shit, and then she's finally attractive and y'all start dating. Like, do you think that's gonna create some type of long-term genuine relationship? No, it's gonna be superficial. It's gonna be weird. Who would have imagined being a genuinely good, gentle person would receive love and affection? Actually nice though, not just act nice to get with her. Exactly. Nice guys finish last is a myth. men use to comfort themselves after rejection. It's almost like we've been saying this to men for decades, and nice guys clearly have ulterior motives, and that turns off. We can see that it's a facade. Real good guys aren't trying to prove anything. This stems from guys being too nice too quickly, then being rejected. They're overbearing with niceness, then think being nice itself was the issue. Bro, in life, anything too much is not good, all right? You don't want to do that, especially from the beginning, bro.
I hope y'all niggas heard that. Let's read it again. Let's read it again. Damn. Well, where the fuck that shit go? There it go. Is that Peter Parker? This stems from guys being too nice too quickly, then being rejected. They're overbearing with niceness and think being nice itself was the issue. Tiny Italian rat. Remy? Did y'all know that the Ratatouille in Ratatouille, his name is not actually Ratatouille, it's Remy?
Being nice itself was the issue. Bro, in life, anything too much is not good, all right? You don't want to do that, especially from the beginning, bro. It looks a little weird. It looks like you're trying to, you know.
What the fuck did I just say? Didn't they say in Karate Kid, too much of anything is a bad thing? Just as too little of anything is a bad thing. Balance, bro. I don't know. I might need to put that shit on a t-shirt or some shit. But like in my own way, you know. I can't really just be like, oh, yin and yang. I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out, but I'm gonna put it on the T, bro, because come on.
Butter somebody up. And then another conversation, I feel like some of y'all lack boundaries, bro. It's not just like being too nice. Letting people get over on you consistently is a character flaw. Have boundaries. Being nice and having boundaries is not like mutually exclusive.
Bro, and it's like as we verge deeper into the video, it starts to unravel. And you can start to grasp the concept of what I was telling you guys. And this is something that I had to figure out myself. You know, man, it's chef kiss, because this is like self-actualization for me. But you know, for a while, like, I was just very nice. Like, anything you need, I got it. Like, even if I had something to do, even if I had other intentions, like, nah, like, it's cool. And in return, it led me down a path of feeling, you know, unappreciated, because I was always putting others first, neglecting my own self, and then I would then expect that shit back. Like, motherfuckers got boundaries, and boundaries is a good thing. And once I started to lay my boundaries, like, alright, this and this, that's cool, but right here, I gotta stop you, because I got some shit to do. I gotta XYZ. So in order to save my own sanity, to save this relationship, because I know if I step over that boundary and I extend farther than I should have, and then I'm hurting the rest of the day, then that's just gonna build up resentment for you because of a decision that I made. So once I started to set up them boundaries, and you know, in a way, it came down to like just being able to start saying no more often. It helped a lot. Now I have more peace. Now I'm not, oh man, like, this person needs this, like, but I need it too. Like, I'm talking about like I'm trying to get something to eat, and then somebody gonna ask me for some money, a family member, and I'm like, fuck it, you got it. And I'm going home hungry. Not to say that there wasn't food at the house, but like, I wanted to get some out to eat, but now I can't because you need some help. And now I'm just like, damn. Now I'm home eating a goddamn peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Let's get back to the video.
Exclusive. So we've established that, okay, number one, there is a such thing as being fake nice. That's one of the big reasons why everybody hates nice guys, okay? But overall, as we've seen, on average, women, people in this world like nice, kind people. But I feel like what makes this worse, especially in the women's side, is the people who are like,
I don't want a mean-ass guy, but am I the only person that gets like kind of aggravated when a guy is just like overly nice. What is that? Like, is that trauma? Is
Like, if you're describing this exactly what it is, if a guy is being too nice, you want him to be mean. I hope you're saying that you don't like when somebody's like head over heels or way too obsessed with you, especially in like early stages. But in general, some people can't survive in peace when they've grown up in chaos. That is definitely partially true. Because on one hand, yeah, you can say, okay, boom, too nice, definitely not a good thing. But then somebody being nice to you, really nice to you when you're in a relationship with them already, is never really a bad thing. It just depends on what that niceness is that you're describing. And I feel like saying niceness is not really a specific enough term to really assess the situation of what's going on here.
I'm about to say something super controversial right now, but I'm not even sorry. 85% of the time in this day and age, nice guys are finishing last.
Where did you pull this damn statistic out of? Did you grab the statistic out of your asshole and put it in front of our faces? Where did you get the 85% of nice people are finishing last? Let's just say jobs, right?
At this day and age, 85%. Bitch, you like goddamn 19. My bad. I mean, bro, I was about to say a line from a movie, but I don't mean to call you that. But y'all know what's that movie? It's with Terrence Howard, and he's like a rapper trying to make it out the hood. Y'all probably seen it though. But like he got like 2 baby mamas. Anyways, there's a line that I'll be reciting in my head, like not reciting, like repeating, but like it always comes to my mind. But he was like, man, I didn't mean to call no hoe no bitch, man. And I was about to say it again, but I'm like, I don't even know who that young lady is. But that was a crazy statistic that she pulled out of thin air. But then again, if we're talking in the realm of, you know, we now understand what it means to be nice. And we know the difference between nice. Did y'all see that? I'm gonna have to look. But I just got a whole bunch of balloons on my shit. The fuck? What's going on, chat? Anyways, we now know the difference between being nice and being kind. So if she's talking about the definition that we know of now, then yeah, 85% of those niggas, yeah. But if we're talking about nice, but we're actually meaning kind, then yeah, you're wrong. I'm sorry.
Right? You're talking to a woman and she's like, why should we hire you, with hands on the desk? And you're like, bitch, you're not getting hired. So what are we talking about in terms of 85% of the time? Nice guys are finishing last. If you're talking about fake niceness, okay, sure. But even then, where did you get this 85% stat?
As a girl, I have so many girlfriends and girl influences in my life, and I cannot even tell you the amount of times that I've heard a girl say, yeah, he's cute, but like he's too nice. It actually hurts my soul as a girl here.
And that actually, I feel like that's a whole nother debate, like, because I've sometimes heard that, like, what the fuck do you mean by that? Like, too nice. Then again, it could be that, you know, over agreeableness, that, oh yeah, whatever you want, like, do this and this and that, and you're basically disregarding your own self desires, your own boundaries to please someone else. If that's what we're talking about, if that's what, you know, some of these women mean when they say, yeah, he's cute but he's too nice, then okay, I can understand that.
Hearing another girl say this, and I'm not even trying to be a pick-me girl by saying this.
I'm not gonna lie, bro, this is probably propaganda. Again, if you're a girl watching this video and you have a boyfriend, is your boyfriend a nice person? I would probably be willing to bet that most of the time they're gonna say yes. I don't think girls in general as a whole really just want douches that are gonna treat them like shit. I do think that this is a Russian spy planted by Vladimir Putin himself. I'm just kidding. Shout out to Russia. Nobody in this world likes bad people. Nobody likes that. And if they do, they're the problem, not you. Typically when girls say he's too nice, they mean he isn't assertive or confident. Not always, but typically. But I feel like this is, you gotta word this correctly, because if you're saying too nice and you mean that they're genuinely a nice person, then as a woman, you're the person with the flaw. But if you're thinking, oh, he's like not confident, not assertive, you gotta say not confident or not assertive.
When it comes to good guys, let's just say you say to them, hey, let's build a cake. I'm gonna make the cake, but you buy the items. They show up with just flour.
What the fuck are you talking about? Why good guys finish last? And the reason is because when they're gonna make something, they bring just a flour and not all the ingredients, it's not a good guy then. I'm confused.
He treats you well, has a good job, great on paper, he's a good guy. But guess what? You still need to like him. I've literally forced myself to talk to people that I just felt like...
Love games, but hate the grind? With WeMod, you can be invincible, unimaginably wealthy, or even teleport.
Great guy, like I should give him a chance. Basically force feelings.
That doesn't work, bro.
Because I felt like they were just a really good person and I should like them, right?
And at the end of the day, that's not even anybody's fault, right? You can't even blame her, bro. You don't like everybody who likes you. If everybody liked the person who liked them, the relationships of everything will be so different. There has been...
I'm saying, bro, imagine. Like, everybody has that. Everybody has experienced that. There's a girl or a guy that likes you head over heels, like, every time they see you, like, oh, hey, such and such, like, always there when you call, always texting you, stuff like that. But you got your eyes on some other shit, on some fine shit, on some super fine shit. But it's like, imagine if, you know, the feelings were mutual. And, you know, that does happen. Like, I feel like that's low-key where successful relationships come from, where both parties like each other. You know, the same amount. But, you know, more often times than not, there's a relationship where, you know, there's one partner that is overly invested in the other, and the other is invested but not at the same level. And, you know, with that, issues will arise. I've been victim to that. I have. But you live, you learn, you grow, you mature, and you evolve. You be better.
People who liked you that you didn't like back because either you didn't find them attractive, you didn't think they were a nice person, whatever it is, bro. Nobody has to date somebody that they don't like. And you don't necessarily even have to have some type of explanation for why you don't like them. You just don't. Exactly. And that's fine. All they need, the only reason for them to not want to be with you could be not wanting to be with you.
Why no one wants to date nice guys? It's because being nice is not the same thing as being kind.
Right.
When you're nice, your primary motivation is getting people to like you.
Right.
So you say all the right things and you're not mean and you don't stir up any trouble. Whereas being kind is trying to make people's lives concretely better in the long term. In order to get anything done in this world, you have to be willing to ruffle some feathers.
Okay.
Telling people stuff they don't want to hear, being selfish with your time,
That's true.
Making necessary sacrifices.
That's true.
And nice guys really struggle with doing this. How much people want you in their lives is always a function of how much value you bring to the table. The other more important thing is that when you're compulsively nice, there's this inability to disagree with people, especially people from whom you really want validation.
Yeah.
This can be for small things, but also big things like lifestyle choices or what you want out of your future.
Taking initiative to talk about things you dislike, that's not necessarily being not nice. That's actually a good thing to do.
I couldn't have put that shit any better. At all. And I like what she said. When you have like, damn, what did she say? And I'm not gonna replay it. I wanna remember. Like, did she say sporadically or impulsively being nice? And like, you know, that just makes it so hard for you to disagree. Like, I definitely was that way. Like, it was impulsive. Like, I was brimming with that shit. And it was just so easy to just agree. But now I'm finally starting to spread my wings, chat. Now I'm finally starting to, you know, move on my own accord and be proud of who I am and stand on that. You gotta love life, man. You gotta love the journey of life, of growing and maturing and becoming you. Damn.
But if you're just being nice and allowing yourself to get walked over or allowing people to do whatever just because you think that you're being nice, that's going to hinder you in the long run. And that person is going to know, but you don't really have a backbone. Okay, so as a recap, today we learned that being a nice guy is not necessarily beneficial. And what I mean by that is a fake nice guy, because at times Once these people get rejected or face any moment of character questioning, they turn and become women degraders, or they become like those alpha male podcast picker-uppers, and that just shows that the niceness wasn't really nice. Being too nice can definitely be seen as a manipulation tactic. And then for the women who actually just want bad boys, I'm gonna be honest, you're cringe and you gotta grow up. You got some, you know, maturing to do, or some unrealized trauma that you gotta address. You should like good people. But overall, I think for men, women, etc., date who you want, date the people you like. Don't try to change your personality because somebody doesn't like you, and conform yourself to somebody else's standards, because then it becomes you not being yourself. To me, I feel like kind, genuine people, or most of the time, not always, I mean, the world, you know, works the way it works, but most of the time are gonna be more well off than somebody who's fake nice or mean at that. Let me know in the comment section down below. Make sure you like.
And you know, that's beautiful. You know, God damn it. It's like he says something and then like I'm like, oh yeah, I'm about to say this. But like I want him to finish his sentence, so I'm not like, you know, cutting him off. But I gotta rewind. I'm sorry, Chad.
For the women who actually just want bad boys, I'm gonna be honest.
There we go. Who would have thought it? Anyways, I feel like that stems from, because you even see it like in today's age, like everybody's trying to be a YN, like, oh, like, and it's perceived as like, oh, you know, women want gangsters and thugs and shit like that. But I think it all goes back to, you know, there's certain traits that are associated with certain lifestyles of, say, a thug, say a gangster, a YN. And it's those certain traits that stick out, you know, to the opposite sex, and they like that, they admire that. But it doesn't mean that you have to be a YN. It just means find those specific traits and, you know, work on those. I think another one is like, oh, like girls like bad boys, but it's more so not that the nigga's a freaking asshole, but more so, you know, a trait. Let me just try and name one, like rule breaker type. You know, he doesn't really confine to what everyone else says is okay, is right, is, you know, what he should do, because he has his own, you know, beliefs, his own values, and he stands on those. But, you know, it can perceived as being, oh, he doesn't follow the rules. Like, no, he's just being true to himself. It just so happens that, you know, the rules say contrary. But let me try and put this, well, yeah, let me try and put this in a better example. I don't know, I can't think, but hopefully y'all are grasping what I'm trying to put out. I am definitely getting a lot better at vocalizing my thoughts and putting them in a constructive. Hold on. Let me make sure y'all see that. I've been hitting the gym like a whole lot more recently as a result of being unemployed. And, you know, I don't like it, but I love it. You know, I have free time. Why not, you know, use it to the best of my ability to not only work on myself up here and, you know, with content, but also on my body, you know. But yeah, so your boy finna, you know, I thought somebody was at the door, but yeah, your boy finna get big, man, finna get swole on measly. But damn, I'm glitching out a little bit. I really got to see what I can do to kind of fix this webcam issue, because there's a clear delay and I don't like it, because it's like, bro, that just throws the whole vibe of my video off. And I don't know if it's like a certain metric I need to fix, or if it's simply because of my setup. But we'll figure it out. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you guys again. Y'all stay safe. Y'all take it easy. And I'm going to see y'all.